Girl, you've been touched by the forces of nature. I'm just trying to motivate ya. Electricity is definitely there. I got shocked when I touch your hair. Sex for sugar, sugar for sex. Sex for sugar, sugar for sex. Sex for sugar, sugar for sex.
In terms of my portrayal on The Real L Word, you know, I think that they definitely heighten my sexuality issue of things. You know, I'm definitely a very sexual person, but there are other aspects to me, I must say. It's not just like I'm always chasing tail, although that's fun too. I'm actually very well educated. I have 2 bachelor's degrees. You know, I'm really politically active. I think that's really important, especially within our community. So that's something maybe that wasn't brought to light as much as I would have liked it to have been. You know, because they were focusing on my love life or sex life, etc. You know, they had a story to tell, and I get that, but at the same time, you know, I definitely have many interests outside. So, you know, it would have been nice on occasion. You know, I think they did a very accurate job of portraying me in that sense. But on occasion, it would have been nice to ask, you know, what is your political viewpoint on? In terms of don't ask, don't tell, I mean, I think if you're going to protect our country, you should have the right to be yourself. However, I don't think sexuality should be an issue at all. So I think in general, sexuality should not necessarily be discussed. You're there to serve a purpose. However, should you mask who you are as a person? Absolutely not. If it comes up that you're gay, it comes up. I don't think there should be any forced issue, or I don't feel as though people should be kept at a distance because of their sexuality. That's completely uncalled for if you're dying for our country, or fighting for our country, or living for our country. It's an LA thing. You know what? You can't go surfing and snowboarding in the same day. That's an LA thing. I must say, I'm from the East Coast. So I get disillusioned now with this weather. I must say, I'm spoiled. I used to be like cold weather, fall, hoodie weather. Now, if it drops below like 65 degrees, I'm like freezing my ass off. That's an LA thing. I'm an artist. Art is like my life. I paint, I build things. I was a carpenter for years. Obviously body modification like tattoos, huge hobby of mine. Music, going to live shows, animal activism is like a huge cause that I'm taking part of. I'm trying to like really spread the word on that. I'm starting a nonprofit called Kids Art Network where I do art therapy with kids. I think art has a tremendous effect on the development of youth, and it gets cut out way too often in our school systems. Not a lot of people actually, I don't believe anybody has told me it's changed me in a negative way. You know, I think that I make myself very open to people approaching me on the street. I'm always down, you know, tons of people come up to me like, and will be like, isn't it get annoying with, you know, people coming up to you and asking for pictures or whatever? And it's like, no, you know what would be really annoying or really bothersome, I would say, is if nobody ever did. It's like, what did I do the show for? To me, I look at it as support. It's like, if you're coming up to me and showing me love, that's support. And you know, we're doing this show to spread the word to our community, to gain visibility. And you know, I don't want to be an untouchable force ever. I'm human, just like this next guy over here, or that girl over there. You know, we're all in this together. It just so happens that my story got to be told on Showtime. Everybody out there, thank you so much for the support of The Real L Word. To myself personally, it's been so rewarding of an experience. I hope you learned something about my story, and I'd love to learn something about yourself. Just remember this, in life, you should be living it, loving it, and learning it, period.